program, we're going to be over three workshops. The first workshop is about who are your customers? Who are your customers? And a bit about some of the marketing channels you might consider. 20% of the marketplace out there will understand and value what you do, okay? The 20% over here, like Simon Sinek talked about, you know, they're the sort of laggards, and they're also the clients that if they do business with you, you're going to regret it. You know, they're the nightmare client that we all seem to pick up from time to time. The middle lot here, the 60%, are indifferent. They couldn't really care, and they're only going to buy from you if that first 20% sort of recommend you. So the purpose we put this up here is to, and this is coming down to identifying who your customers are, is identify who your ideal customers are, give them a fantastic customer experience, and then they will get some of this 60% for you, and you'll be as busy as you can be. The mistake we see in marketing is businesses trying to target everybody. Focus on what your customers really buy. Okay, really buy, and think about and understand that your product or service is a means to an end to allow the customer to do something else. We give an example there of Steve Jobs when he presented the iPod, the first iPod, and he stood up on stage in his jeans and his top, and he didn't say, you know, this device has got a 5 gigabyte hard drive and you can connect it to your computer and download all your songs. He didn't say any of that. He just stood up there and said, this amazing little device allows you to carry 1,000 songs in your pocket. You can take the music you love wherever you go. You know, and that's, if you look at all these product launches, that is what he talks about. He talks about how it changes your world. He never talks about the little, you know, things the product does. Now we're going to go through a process called mapping your customer journey. Customer journey is every way you come in contact with the customer, from here, where they know nothing about you, through to here, where they're a repeat buyer and a raving fan. And every single way you come in contact with the customer on that journey is called a touch point or a moment of truth. And the guy who first came up with this years ago was a fellow called Jan Carlson. And Jan Carlson took over an airline in, I think, Scandinavia, and it was bankrupt. And in 3 years, he made it the most profitable in Europe by focusing on the customer journey and looking at every moment of truth on this journey and saying, what is it? How can we improve it? What is it and how can we improve it? Okay? And when you look at a customer journey and you identify all the ways that you come in contact with the customer, and I'll tell you that you will have at least 50 touch points, moments of truth in your business. How you answer that phone is a moment of truth. How quickly you respond to emails is a moment of truth. Your website is a moment of truth. The information that's on your website, is it customer focused or is it internally focused? A moment of truth. Do the links on your website work? Moment of truth. You know, are you educating your customer? Moment of truth. You know, when the customer drives past your premises, how visible are your premises? You know, moment of truth. Now, this is a real simple process and it really works. We're going to use the butcher's paper at the moment, but the way I do it within businesses, I either use mind mapping software, which I love, but if you've got a team, I find yellow post-it notes are the best way to do it. So you get those large yellow post-it notes, and every time you think that's a moment of truth, write it on the post-it note, stick it on a wall out of the customer's viewpoint, okay? And get all your staff involved. Do it for about 3 weeks. It takes that long, okay? You do it for about 3 weeks. Then once you've got them, you then sort them in the sequence of the customer journey. You say, well, you know, this is before they make contact, This is, over the phone. This is when they come in the store. So you just put them in the sequence of the customer journey. Then you write them all down. So you end up with this list of all the customer moments of truth. And then what you do, you say, okay, let's rank them in terms of, or sort them in order of importance to the customer, not importance to us, sort them in importance to the customer, okay? So you do that, and once you've done that, you say, now, let's score them 1 to 7, through the customer's eyes, not through our eyes. Let's score them 1 to 7 through the customer's eyes. So what you've got a prioritised list, through the customer's eyes, and you score them through the customer's eyes. All of a sudden, you've got a business plan or a plan of how you can improve your business over the next 12 months. You just say, right, we start at the top, we do that one first. Get that one right, then we go to the next one, and we do that one. Get to the next one, do that one. And I'll guarantee you, if you involve the team and you have a go at it, it's a lot of fun doing it. And most of it won't cost you money. Areas of opportunity. Just be aware of this in terms of the customer journey, where the opportunities may be. Most businesses do the contact phase really well. And the contact phase is either email, phone, face-to-face. If you don't do that very well, you're not in business very long. Where they don't do it well is in the pre-contact phase, in the post-sale phase, or in the product use phase. That's where businesses don't pay enough attention, and that's where the opportunity lies. I'll explain. In the pre-contact phase, what do you do to educate your customers so they can make an informed decision? What do you do to alleviate their concerns before they buy, when they're doing that research? What are you doing there? In the product use phase, product experience phase, what do you do to make sure the customer knows how to get the most out of your product or service? In the post-sale phase, what do you do to make the customer feel valued? What are you doing to make the customer feel valued? They're real opportunities. The best example, there's small business examples I could give you, but the best example I've heard of someone who used that was in America. In 2008, this guy sold fiberglass pools. When the global financial crash happened, he almost went to a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. He was only a small family business, and he was going to pull the pin. It was too hard because no one was buying pools in America. What he did, he looked at the customer journey. He said, well, if I'm a customer who's going to buy a pool, what sort of questions do I need answered? And I heard him interviewed, and he described it. I decided I'd set my website, my business up like the Wikipedia for pools. Anything you want to know about buying a pool, this is the place to go. And he did that. Then he said, when they've got the pool, what can I put on there to help them get the most out of enjoying the pool and maintaining the pool? So again, the Wikipedia, he put mountains of stuff up there about that. That was in 2008. In 2012, he was the largest fiberglass pool supplier in America. If they get 100% out of your product or service, what are they going to do?
Buy off you again.
You're going to buy again, and they're going to be happy, aren't they? Huh? Tell other people. They're going to become walking billboards. Social comfort is about what is the image or the feeling that you want your business to project, and is that image or feeling appropriate to your customer base? What message are you giving? Because this is where I see conflict when I look at businesses. I see conflict where parts of the business are giving a Harrods feeling, and other parts of the business, particularly websites, are giving a best and less feeling. Doesn't work. It's got to be consistent right across your business. Competitive advantage. This is about identifying what is different about your business. Most powerful customer advantage, competitive advantages, the quality of your customer service. Branding is about the feeling that you want to convey to your customer base. The best way to explain it, Coke. What's Coke's brand about? Yeah, it is about sugar. But what do they... Huh? Good times. Fun. Their brand is about fun. The human senses are exposed to 11,000 bits of information per second. We can process 40 bits of information per second. The old brain up here is pretty good, but it's exposed to 11,000 bits of information per second, can process 40 bits of information per second. Where this is important in marketing is overwhelm. I see pamphlets and flyers, I take one look at it and the eyes glaze over. It overwhelms me. People are overwhelmed with information. People are exposed to between 3,500 and 5,000 bits of advertising every day. And if you don't believe me, you start counting it, you know, on the radio, on TV, signs, you know, in newspapers, all over the place, advertising. People are overwhelmed. Simplification is really, really important.